And she had no idea.
Right.
And I took him.
So is that normal?
I think at that point I had good in my heart to do good business.
Right.
So I didn't think that far.
You didn't think that. So you was El Chapo before Chapo.
No, I wouldn't say all that. I wouldn't say that.
You weren't moving no weight like that.
Nah, but I was moving some weight since a kid, but I wasn't on no El Chapo list.
Did it ever dawn on you?
But I got some crazy stories about I remember one time I was dealing with a connect, and this is gonna sound horrible, but I put my mom up for collateral.
What?
Yeah, I was getting a bunch of keys, and they was like, "Well, you guys show me where your mom live at, because if you run off on this, we can't afford you to run off."
Right.
And I was like, I ain't had no intentions of running off.
Right.
So I was like, I'll show you. And she had no idea.
Right.
And I took him.
So is that normal?
I think at that point I had good in my heart to do good business.
Right.
So I didn't think that far.
You didn't think that. So you was El Chapo before Chapo.
No, I wouldn't say all that. I wouldn't.
You weren't moving no weight like that.
No.
All right. So Mendeecees, fake husband, spiritual husband of Yandy Harris, or Yandy Smith. Did Yandy ever change her last name to his? Did she ever go get that legal name changed to take his last name because they ain't legally married, because she wasn't going to let the feds come in and take everything she worked hard for because he still owed the government millions of dollars? Anyway, he went over there on Shannon Sharp's podcast and volunteered a story of when he put his mama up for ransom when he was running weight back in the day. I find it funny that we would not have known this because Shannon didn't ask him that. He actually volunteered this story, number one. And number two, we need to have an honest conversation, right? I kept saying, why would he do that to his own mama? And then I remember, do y'all remember on Love and Hip Hop, how when Mendeecees talked about his upbringing, he said that his mama wasn't there. Allegedly, him and his brother grew up. They didn't have a lot to eat. Hold on, y'all. They didn't have a lot to eat. They were starving. He had to go run to neighbors' houses for food and shelter. And that pretty much he was just left out on his own to fend for himself, right? Remember when they tried to talk about that on Love and Hip Hop and have that healing conversation? His mama interrupted it. She didn't want her tea out like that. She wasn't going for it. And that's what it was. And so when I thought about that, I said, oh, so due to his upbringing, by the way, where was his father at? I didn't hear that part of the story, but anyway, due to his upbringing and his hatred and his hatred for his mother, he was willing to offer to put her up for collateral to run his weight and to sell dope. And I'm here to let you know that when it comes to a lot of these parent-child relationships, this is the majority. I'm not saying that, every son out there is like trying to kill his mama. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, especially in the black community, there is a lot of tensions a lot of times between the son and the mother. And the son will low-key hate the mother or, harbor ill will towards the mother because the daddy not around, and he'll feel like you ran my daddy away and why my daddy not here and why you have me. And it's a lot. And I said, well, what? He talked about his father on Love and Hip Hop. He said his father came around one time and never again. Damn. But just know. Let me not say that. Let me back up. I'm trying to change. I'm trying to pick my words correctly. Let's just keep it real. It's a lot of niggas out here that hate their mamas. It's a lot of niggas out here that hate their mamas. And there's a lot of niggas out here that wish their mamas dead. A lot of y'all got kids that wish you was dead. A lot of y'all done gave birth to your enemy. Ooh, I'm preaching. I'm just saying, But we need to start having these conversations because it's very true. But if I was Yandy, I would definitely be sleeping with one eye open, because if he was willing to off his mama, then push come to shove, he'd definitely sacrifice you. I'm sorry, a lot of y'all also married to niggas that want y'all dead too. That too. Forgot about that. That too. So I don't know if y'all really willing to have that conversation, but I'm just gonna say it explains a lot. Cause I'm like, wow, he really did hate his mother. And that explains why he went down the path that he went down, and why he, got all the kids and all the baby mamas and treated Yandy the way that he did and does. And if y'all remember, he even treated Yandy adopted that daughter, right? That teenager. And he didn't really want her around either. It's all very interesting to me. It's all very interesting. I'm gonna leave that alone. All right. Morning Avenger said yes, Yandy is the bag and a lifeline. Big facts.
It's a storm show. Ay, it's a storm show.